Hello guys, today we are going to learn about diversity in living organisms. This video just gives you an introduction about it, and in the upcoming videos we will learn more in detail. Species identification is extremely important for the conservation of biodiversity, as we have about 1.9 millions of species, and we should classify them and put them in certain groups to identify them and describe them in a good manner. So how do we classify them, and what is meant by classification? Classification is the arrangement of organisms into categories based on similarities and dissimilarities. And classification helps to explain unity in diversity, and also it reveals the relationship among various groups of organisms. And when we hear about classification, the first or the main term which comes to our mind is taxonomy. Taxonomy is a branch of biology dealing with the collection, identification, nomenclature, which means naming, description, and classification of plants and animals. Now let's talk about Carlos Linnaeus, who is the father of taxonomy. He is a Swedish naturalist who classified organisms into plants and animals. This was the first classification. And now let us talk about the binomial nomenclature. The binomial nomenclature is how species are named, and the name of a species is made by using two words, the genus name and the species. Genus name and the species name. For crab, we call Xanthaians lamarcki. Xanthaians is the genus and lamarcki is the species. We have a name followed by a surname. Similarly, genus is the main name and species is the surname. Genus comes first, followed by genus, species will come. And now let's see some examples of binomial nomenclature. For mango, we say Mangifera indica. For lion, the binomial nomenclature is Panthera leo. The Panthera is the genus and Leo is the species. For humans, we say Homo sapiens. Homo is the genus, sapiens is the species. Now, let's talk about the hierarchy of classification, also known as taxonomic groups. This is the present system of classification that we are using to classify species. It starts from the kingdom and ends to the species. Kingdom contains phylum, and phylum contains class, class contains order, order contains family, family contains genus, and genus contains species. Species is the last and unique one. Now, if we take humans as an example, they will come in the same kingdom, same phylum, same class, same order, same family, same genus, but different species. When we come from kingdom to species, more things become specific, and also we will understand more in detail about the type of species. Now let us talk about the R.H. Whittaker's 5 kingdom of classification. He is the one who gave us the 5 kingdom classification, R.H. Whittaker. And the 5 kingdoms are bacteria, protists, plants, animals, and fungi. He classified every species into 5 with the help of hierarchy of classification. And he is the first who introduced the kingdom fungi, because the position of fungi was not well established between kingdoms Protista and Plantae. So in 1969, Robert Whittaker proposed a 5th kingdom to include them. They are called as kingdom fungi. Now let us talk about the 3-domain system by Carl Gauss in 1990. Carl Gauss said that the 5 kingdoms of classification can also be further divided into 3 main domains. They are bacteria, archaea, and eukaryota. The bacteria consist of bacteria and other microorganisms. The archaea consist of neither bacteria nor unibacteria, the special organisms, and eukaryota, they consist of eukaryotes.